I didn't expect to be able to make a video today, but since I am able to, you can just take this one as a sort of bonus before the marathon begins. So this guy here, as I said, is going to tell us all about the basic rules that are common to all the facilities. There are two types of levels that you can use in the Battle Frontier, open level and level 50, and this guy is describing them pretty well actually, because there's not much ambiguity when it comes to those rules. The levels will be adjusted to match the levels of your Pokemon. No trainer you face will have any Pokemon below level 60. Honestly, open level is my favorite method of battling, and this part is about which Pokemon can contend in the Battle Frontier. Eggs and certain kinds of Pokemon are not permitted. He's not telling you which kinds aren't allowed, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's all the legendaries except Legendary Trio Pokemon and Latias and Latios. Soldew is allowed, but it won't do anything. So if you want to use Latias or Latios, please use another item. So there's also Species Clause, as we saw, and here we have Item Clause. Stupid Item Clause. This was mostly a Generation 2 thing, back when 3 items were super dominant. Leftovers, Chesto Berry, and Lumberry. But nowadays, heck, even in Generation 3, there were more than enough good items to justify canning Stupid Item Clause. So, okay, now this guy is talking to me about the emblems that you can get for beating the Frontier Brains, but okay, it seems that he's rather vague about the requirements, but I'm going to tell you as we go along. For many of the facilities, you get a silver emblem for winning 21 battles in a row and a gold emblem for beating 49 battles in a row. So there are a few exceptions, which I'll cover when we get there. And there's the recording function on the Frontier Pass, where you can record a battle that you had in the Battle Frontier, either against the AI or against your friends. Well, except for matches at the Battle Pike or the Battle Pyramid, as he's saying. And up next, we also got Battle Points, I believe. Yep. Battle Points are the main reason why you'd want to visit the Battle Frontier, because you get Battle Points when you win a streak of battles in a row, and you can trade in those Battle Points for items or move tutors, which we will cover once again when we get there. So now it's time to explore the Battle Frontier, which is a massive place. We're going to be here for a while, folks, so grab some popcorn, because this place is huge. And our first destination is going to be the Battle Factory. Now I explained the basic concept of that place when I explained the Slateport Battle Tent, because the Slateport Battle Tent is nothing more than a chibi version of the Battle Factory. But if you need a refresher, basically the Battle Factory allows you to use rental Pokemon, and yeah, so you fight using those rental Pokemon, and as you win battles, you get the opportunity to switch one of your Pokemon with that of the foe that you defeated. So you can use that to build a stronger team to help you get up the ranks and finish that streak of 7 battles. And you start over again when you start a new streak, but for winning 3 streaks of 7 in a row, you get to fight the Frontier Brain Nolan for a silver emblem, and for completing 7 streaks in total, you fight him again for a gold emblem. Yeah, sorry, I had a little brain fart here. So yeah, this guy is basically the guy who explains how the Battle Factory works, but I pretty much just did it. We're just going to take a look at the text just to see if there's anything that I forgot. And yeah, there's something that I forgot. It's that Nolan's Pokemon are randomly selected, just like all the other Rantals. But of course, his rental Pokemon are somewhat stronger than the rest of them. And when I say randomly generated, it's more like semi-randomly generated, because there's a certain pool of Rantals that you and your opponents can use, but that pool is a lot bigger than the one in the Battle Tent in Slateport, which is why if you want to battle using Rantals, you go here, not to Slateport. And yeah, there's also sort of a quick save option if you want to save in the middle of a streak, so you don't have to start it over. But if you lose, that's it. You don't get to start from where you left off, so you can't retry any battles that you lost. Hence, why it's more of a quick save than anything else. Now, fighting with rentals, it provides a rather unique challenge because it's going to test just how much you know about Pokemon. Remember when I got owned by that Thunderbolt Bayonet back at the Elite Four? Well, that's sort of the same thing. If you don't know every nook and cranny about the game, then you might end up getting a few surprises, which is why if you only know the strict minimum for competitive battling, sort of like I do, you're going to be struggling a lot here past a certain point. Of course, the first few streaks are rather easy. They're not going to go too hard on you at the beginning. It's the same thing for every facility in the Battle Frontier, but as you move on and on and on, it's going to get a lot trickier until you get owned by something like a Thunderbolt Bayonet. But yeah, this guy, I'm quick scrolling through it because he says the exact same thing as the other guy, only it's for doubles. So from now on, I'm only going to talk to the singles guy, since, well, singles is the traditional method of battling and the only one where you can actually fight the Frontier Brains. Yeah, I think so, because Frontier Brains only have 3 Pokemon, and doubles typically have 4 Pokemon involved in a double battle. And yes, that's why many trainers don't even know about the Battle Frontier. Well, either that, or they're playing Ruby and Sapphire, in which case they're simply not tough enough because they simply don't know how superior Emerald actually is. So, sort of makes sense. And, well, this guy here is directly contradicting what the other guy just said. Clearly, this guy is not tough enough to get invited to this place. Because, come on, he would pick fishing over battling, but he can't fish anything in here. So, what's he doing here? Did Scott somehow fall in love with his army of 6 Magikarps or something? And yeah, as you can see, plenty of NPCs, and there's a cabin here. There are lots of these cabins in the Battle Frontier. We're going to check them all, obviously. And I think I remember this one, because those 2 ladies here are the move tutors from the Battle Frontier. They teach you a wide variety of moves, some really useless, some awesome, like Rock Slide. Well, that was Generation 3 back when Stone Edge didn't exist. There are the Elemental Punches as well. And, okay, yeah, that's exactly it. She's one of the move tutors, and the other woman is too, I'm pretty sure. And, yeah, it costs battle points. A lot of them. And we got Soft Boiled here, Body Slam, not too bad, Rock Slide. There's also Thunder Wave and Swords Dance, which look really cool. And as for the other lady, I think she says pretty similar things to the other one. And yeah, most invincible swimmer around, and the other was like the most invincible beauty around. So yeah, what a pair of complete braggarts. Yeah, that's the kind of thing those games like to do. Have 2 NPCs that say similar but not exact same things. And, yeah, which moves does she teach you? I think that the Elemental Punches, there's, well, the rest is junk, but she's the one who gives you the Elemental Punches if you ever want them. They were a lot less useful in Generation 3 since they were just weaker versions of Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Flamethrower. But nowadays, now that they're physical, they shine with their own special light, especially the likes of Thunder Punch, since Volt Tackle only belongs to the Pikachu line. And Ice Punch is even better off since there are no stronger counterparts at all, though people like to use Ice Shard a lot, even on fast stuff like Weavile, so you wouldn't think that Ice Punch is actually so good if you're going to use it as your main attack. Well, that's going to be it for today. Next time we're going to check out what this TV has to say. Hopefully it's something interesting.